Well, here we are at Sunset Plants. It's a absolutely stinking hot day. The polytunnels are way hotter than you'd really want to be in. So I'm just going to show you this absolutely glorious hibiscus meehenii. If I just zoom out a little bit, you can see the rather pretty variegated cream and green variegated foliage that goes with that. Absolutely splendid. And then also, just past the purple hazels, there's another hibiscus, which unfortunately most of the flowers are pretty much over now, but boy, what a flower that is. That's absolutely glorious. Oh, let's come back, there it goes. And then around the rest of the polytunnel at the moment we've got cuttings all over the floor and liners, which are our own potted up cuttings, sitting on the other side, and that'll all get filled up before too long. Oh, I forgot to tell you what this hibiscus is called. It's called, this one down here, where are we, is called Lady Stanley. Very pretty. Right, so let's go outside and have a little nose about outside. We've only been here for about 18 months or so, and unfortunately we still have an interesting selection of old tyres and one or two bits and pieces that were left over when it was a dairy farm. But we're using the concrete yarding that they had to put the plants on. Anyway, so here we have some raspberries. You can see that they're around about 4 foot tall. I suppose these are an autumn type, which just impractical to get them into a box and send them out at the moment, so that's why they're not available on the website. And then that rather pretty tub there, that's full of thyme, which is the purple flower, next to some gooseberries, really good gooseberries. They're the red sweet dessert type in a nice pot. And down here we've got some different fuchsias. That's Chillerton Beauty, and what have we got over there? Got the orange, yellow foliage of genii over there. Just had to trim them back a little bit so they don't look quite as good as they should do. This is a Mrs. P. Wood in a tub, which is absolutely cracking. Then just the other side of that is a Sharpitor, which hasn't quite come into flower yet. So, and then what other fuchsias have we got? This is Baby Blue Eyes, which is a bit like a Mrs. Popple, but the flowers are smaller. Same coloration, same sort of shape, but smaller. And there's some Mrs. Pop down there, always a popular one, excuse the pun. And rather nice grey rig at the end with the pink flower. And the show-off one that we've got at the moment is one called Flash, which has got quite a small, comparatively small flower, but it's got a very nice light mauve or pinky purple corolla in the centre of the flower. Very nice. And there's some cistus down there, that's decumbens. Absolutely cracking flower on those. It's always difficult to know where to look. There's some Lythrum Rosy Gem, and behind those there's some absolutely glorious digitalis there, which are just coming to the end of flowering. So let's wander on around here a bit. Well, we've got irises down there, and some more gooseberry plants. They're Invicta, which is the straightforward green one you use in cooking, and some Leucanthemum Crazy Daisy, which are a little variable because they come from seed. Some of them are very frilly, and some of them are not quite as frilly, like that one there versus that little bunch there. Some catmint, which the bees are absolutely loving, and there's a few salvia royal bumble left. They've got a little bit of flower on them. Hiding behind those are some scabious, very pretty. I will try to get round to the other scabious in a minute. I'll try and remember. So that's some Cantonanche Amul White, and then there's some Viburnum Burkewoodii, some glorious figs. That's Violette Dufine, which we haven't grown before, but it's got quite a light coloured leaf on it. But they're hossing great big plants for £7 or whatever they are. And then in the back there, up against the shed wall, there's raspberry canes, which are, as you can see, best part of 8 foot tall, I think, probably. There's a few cherry trees over there as well. So, and then what else we got? We've got some of the gold leaf Lacesteria, which are rather handsome plants. More raspberries. Whole load of box plants, about 362 litre box plants there. They're only about £3.50, I think. And then we've got some Philadelphus coronarius aureus, the gold Philadelphus, some Nelia thybetica, and some more raspberry canes. They are absolutely huge. No way could we get those in a box at the moment. And there's some little Veronicas that are just coming out here. This is Veronica Heidekinde, or Heidekind, which is a very pretty little pink flower. When you get a mature plant with a big clump of those, they're absolutely glorious. So, and then that's some Physocarpus. I can't quite remember the exact name of it, but it's a goldy version of the ever popular plant. And some Buddleia lindleyana, which are truly stupendous, lovely different version of the Buddleia. And you don't see my ropey old stock plants. Actually, there's one there which is very interesting. I can't say that I've ever seen one of these before. I really also can't quite remember where I got it from, but it's a Pseudodrimis, so I believe, unless they've changed the name of it. It's a very, very pretty plant through the year. It doesn't really have a significant flower, it's just the bronzy coloration of the evergreen foliage, which is so nice. There's some Salvia hot lips, which are nearly over now. You've probably seen them before. They're a red flower with a white crest along the petals. Later in the year they lose most of the red and just go white. Some Perovskia, blue spire in full flower, not many of those left. And then there's some lovely, absolutely classic Sauce Hollandaise Anthemis over there. Right, so let's just wander around a bit further. We've got trees along here. All sorts of different things, from tulip trees to Sophia, a few circus, cherry plums, all sorts of different bits and pieces. So that's quite good. Oh, this is one that is always very interesting. He says, and on video it's very easy to forget what the flipping name is, so I should just have to remind myself again. Oh, looks as though the bed label's disappeared. That's useful. Oh no, here we are. Right, there you go. I don't know if you can see the photograph. It's called Coolquinia coccinea. Oh, there we go. There's the photograph, and it has this great big orange flower on it. It's a perennial, reasonably hardy, very, very nice. Not very often seen plant, just nice for the foliage actually. And there's some Myrtus communis which are just coming out in flower there, little white dots of the flowers which will open up into the fragrant little star-shaped myrtle flowers. As my wife has left the wheelbarrow right here, let's just see if I can fall over that. What have we got now? We've got some delphiniums, that's apple blossom, that one. And there's another delphinium with a black bee, as they call it, the bit in the centre of the flower. Very pretty. One of my favourites is this mallow, member of the mallow family, which is called Alioin huglii, and it has a glorious hibiscusy sort of flower which comes out. Don't know if you can see in the pictures here. Let's just try and find one that's, I think it's those two there. Look, can you see how they're very, very glossy mauve when they come out, and as the flower matures it goes to this blue. They last for several days, Very, very pretty. And then that is another scabious, which is called Deep Blue. And the width of that flower is about 3 or 4 inches across. They're absolutely glorious. So there's a few other bits and pieces in the perennial front left over there. There's a few crocosmias. There's some very pretty Abelia schumannii, which is a semi-evergreen, I suppose you would describe it as, shrub. It does tend to lose quite a few of its leaves in the winter, and it has these glorious little pink bells all over it, so it makes an arching low shrub in time. Very pretty. Oh, and the wife is just standing by the... oh, she's disappeared. Don't go away. There's some... I'm just going to struggle to remember. Isn't it funny how you always forget the names? Thank you, darling. Achillea. And this is Summer Pastels, which is a mix of different colours. We actually sold most of these now. There's hardly any of them left. So that's rather good. And some little dwarf lilac jose, which grows into a bush about up to about 2 metres tall, I suppose, something like that. Very pretty. Some Fuchsia Magellanica aurea. And then going past the Cytisus Battenderii, which these plants are, they're good sized plants now. That's only one growing season's worth of growing there. And when they come out into the flower with big yellow flowers that smell of pineapple, they're really quite interesting. Some Lonicera similis delavii, which has a white or a yellow flower next to each other. Best part evergreen, fragrant, lovely. And over there's some Achillea the Pearl, Potomaca the Pearl, which is a small flowered white. And the foxgloves again, not forgetting down at the bottom here, what have we got? There's some Lythrum rosy gem. Oh, that's that fuchsia flash again, which is quite a handsome plant. And just on the end here, there's a few. Oh, don't go in too close. You'll see the dead flowers. A few Polyanthus crescendo mix. So there we are. That's what we do on a really hot, stinky day. Is get the camera out, have a quick look around the nursery. Smile at the camera, sweetie. There we go. Excellent. Cheers.